If you are ready to attract, engage, pre-sell, and enroll more clients into your high ticket offers with high converting ads, then this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through the 3 things that I set in place for my done for you clients, for myself, and for my coaching clients to help them create high converting ads that win on advertising platforms. So let's dive in. For those of you that are new, my name is Esther Stewart. I'm the founder of Cotton Owl. I established Cotton Owl over 4 years ago. And what I'm going to teach you in today's video is the framework and the insights that have gotten myself and my clients phenomenal viral ads, very successful engagement, and very amazing results in revenue for our businesses. So the 3 things that you need to have in place are, first, the right copy, the right messaging in your ad. I see a lot of founders take their offers and they'll put them into AI and they'll have AI craft a generic script and they'll read that script in a video ad. And that very likely is not converting for you. It definitely doesn't convert for me or my clients. And the reason is this: with an ad on any of the platforms, I don't care where you're running ads, one, if you have a high ticket offer or service or product, you should definitely be running video ads. In fact, I do not allow my clients to run image only ads. If they want to test those, I'm okay with that, but they must always have a video ad running as well. And the reason is, when you are skipping the video piece, you're not allowing your ideal client, who you are asking to invest at a $4,000 or a $5,000 or a multi-$5,000 investment level, to build a virtual relationship with you. And they will not take the next step in full trust, in an understanding of what your offer is, if they are not engaging with you virtually on camera. So we always do video ads for myself and my clients. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, the words that we say in those video ads is absolutely essential. And the reason is, when your ideal client is scrolling on social media, they're busy, they're inundated, they're probably watching TV, they have conversations going on, there's a lot going on. We want to stop the scroll quickly, because again, they're just scrolling. And we want to break that pattern interrupt with what they're already seeing in their feed. We want to create a pattern interrupt with the words we're saying. This is, let me be really clear, this is not about flashy promises or, attention stopping hooks that are completely irrelevant to the product or service that you're selling. This is the words that you speak, the first sentence that you say, that stops the scroll and makes them lean in and say, this sounds interesting. And there is a specific way that you must do this with high ticket offers and services. Because if you do not, you become one of many and you will lose the attention. And so this is where, very likely, if you've tried generic AI scripts, or you have just allowed somebody else to write them for you, or whatever you've done for your business and advertising, and if you haven't seen success with that, it's very likely because you did not stop the scroll. And so ads agencies love to say that the ad itself is not as important as getting in front of your ideal client. And I am here to strongly disagree with that, because I've proven it again and again and again. If you do not care that you have high ad costs, and we all care, then of course, listen to an ads agency who will tell you that. But I'm going to tell you, after 4 years of running really small budgets very successfully, I'm talking about spending $900 in ad spend and making $40,000 or more in monthly revenue. That's unheard of. The reason I'm able to do that is because I have crafted and I understand the art of copy and messaging that grabs attention in an intentional, meaningful way. So that when my ideal client is engaging with my ad, or the ads that I write for my clients, or the ads that I teach my clients to write for themselves, they are interested in what we're saying and they want to listen more. And so this is the first step. So yes, what you are saying in that ad is absolutely instrumental and so essential and important to seeing success with your ads. So that's step 1. Step 2 is, now that you have the words, now it is you. How are you showing up? And I'm not talking about attire, that's step 3. I'm talking about, how are you showing up and being excited in your ad? Like, are you excited about, this is the most amazing offer, this is the most amazing service, right? You have the best thing, whatever it is, in the universe. So why are you not showing that in the ad, right? And so I hear founders say, well, I'm not comfortable on camera, I'm not comfortable with this, I don't enjoy being on screen. That is perfectly fine, but if you are not comfortable being on camera with a high ticket offer and you would like to engage in advertising, then you need to learn how to get comfortable on camera. And the best way to get comfortable is to be uncomfortable doing it. So what I love to tell people is this: sit down, pull your phone out, and just record. We are not going to use that ad. In fact, I actually tell my clients who are very, very uncomfortable on camera, I tell them, put the camera on, put the ad script that you've already written or that I've written for you in your teleprompter app. And imagine you're talking to your best friend on the other side of the camera. And I want you to do this 3 to 4 times before you even hit record. And what happens is they start to get more comfortable on camera. And the more comfortable they are on camera, now they can record it, now they can watch back the replays and decide, do they like how they look? And if they don't, then guess what? We start over, right? And so yes, you may spend 3 or 5 hours in one day to record 3 to 5 video ads. But those video ads are creating the awareness for your business. Once they're on the platform, that is what is going to bring the clients to you. And so that time is never time wasted, ever. I hear so many founders, oh, well, it took me 5 hours. It's okay. Guess what? If you spent 5 hours on a 3-minute video and that video brings you hundreds of thousands of dollars, I promise you that is the best 5 hours of your life, right? The best time ever spent. So don't get sidetracked when somebody else is saying that it only takes them a couple of seconds or they're so comfortable on camera. Where you are today is where you are today. So let's work within that, okay? So now that you have your copy and your messaging, now that you are excited about your offer. So again, let me finish this thought. When you're showing up on camera, yes, it is, of course, how you're speaking, how you're talking to the camera, but it's also your conviction in your offer. If you are not convicted in your offer, if you're not convicted in what you're selling, that your ideal client on the other side of the camera, when they see you in their social media feed, is going to feel that and they're going to keep scrolling. So again, remember, psych yourself up, get excited, do visualizations before you hit record. Walk through what it looks like when your ideal client, when your prospect is seeing your ad on the other side. Visualize that. Get excited about your clients enrolling in your offers. Get excited about paying full clients. Do what you need to do to get yourself excited and in that momentum so that when you hit record, not only are you showing up with excitement and conviction, you're showing up with belief. And that is so important. Some people call this magnetism. It doesn't matter how you want to define it. It is what it is. Be excited about your offer because no one will be more excited about your offer than you. So you have the copy and the messaging, step 1, your conviction, your belief, your excitement in your offer, step 2, and then step 3, which is not spoken about enough, but I'm here to explain why it is so important, is what you're wearing and where you're sitting when you're recording. And the reason is we want to mirror back the client that we desire to work with. So if your ideal client, if you're an attorney and your ideal client is a high net worth individual, or you're a financial advisor and your ideal client is a high net worth individual, you want to mirror back in your attire how your ideal client would want to be sold to. Not how your ideal client would dress, how your ideal client desires to be sold to. So for example, in the finance space, my world, I worked in it for almost 8 years. The way that the financial advisors would show up was with a button up and a tie. And then of course, as time progressed, the tie slowly went away, but they would wear a blazer. So that is how, and the reason they would dress like that is because that was the expectation in their industry, right? So that was of course for the men. So when you are deciding how your ideal client desires to be sold to in terms of what you are wearing, very important. The next and final piece is what is behind you. So I don't like using AI backgrounds or backgrounds that are generated by like Zoom or Google Meet for ads. We want to build trust. And the best way to build trust is to be authentic. And we as humans crave authenticity. We are curiosity driven. So if you could have a background where you're sitting in your living room or you're sitting in your office, or even if you're sitting outside, as long as it's quiet and not disruptive to what you are saying and it fits into your business or your brand, then this is where you want to sit. You want a place that is real, that is true. For example, what is behind me is my podcast setup, right? I also have my office, I have my living room. So I will intentionally navigate between those three dependent on what I am recording and what my ideal client desires to engage with. So when I'm recording ads, I will typically sit in my office and have my office back wall behind me because it just looks really nice. It's colorful, it's bright. It creates curiosity, it pulls in the eyes, it creates something like a bit of a pattern interrupt, right? So when you have these three things in place, you have the ingredients for a very successful ad that has high click-through rates, high engagement, and potentially, like myself and my clients, a low cost per lead so that you can see more results with lower ad spend. If you liked this video, I would love it so much if you would like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.